The world of IPA, it's large, vast, and diverse. It's the heart of craft beer. There's so many different styles, interpretations. They all have one thing in common, whether you're an American IPA, West Coast IPA, a hazy IPA, double IPA, a triple IPA, whatever it is, that you have malt, sometimes caramel malt, sometimes other adjuncts, but the big thing, it's all about the hops. It's all about flavor impact, aroma impact, fruity flavors, tropical flavors, piney flavors, citrus flavors, all working off of a malt bill to give an impact and a flavor experience. The journey of IPA has followed the journey of craft beer in itself. When you look back in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, what you really saw was the development of beer that was very malt focused, caramel malt focused, and then throwing a lot of hops at it to give big impact and flavor. Beer drinkers were loving the bitterness combined with some of these citrus and pine flavors, but also the malt was giving off a level of sweetness being balanced there. Hop breeders leaned into this and really helped us to develop more tropical fruit flavors, ripe fruit flavors, cannabis flavors. And what that has done over the years is allowed us to have a leaner IPA base, not as much caramel malt as we used to be. We found other adjuncts like wheat and oats and other things to help balance it, alcohol. But now we have a world of flavors derived from hops that are very tropical, very boastful in nature. They give big impact and a great experience. Similar to the evolution of craft beer and IPA, pFriem IPA has evolved over the last decade plus since we started making it. We've really leaned into what we call now an American style IPA. This beer is a 6.8% in alcohol. It's firm, but not like over the top. It has two-row pale base malt to it, just a little bit of caramel malt that we import from the UK. And then we layer in some of our once were new school hops, we're now classic to American IPA. The main stars of the show are Mosaic and Citra with a little bit of Chinook backbone. This gives us a really round and smooth drinking and aromatic experience where we find notes of blueberry, mango, papaya with a little bit of pine and citrus that balances the sweet with quaffability. Oh man, when do I drink IPA? I'm such a lager guy, and lager is near and dear to my heart, but also I love lager because it builds up the palate and gets you ready for the next thing. So rarely my first beer of the day is an IPA, but after a really crisp, cream lager to have a pFriem IPA or West Coast IPA or anything that really expresses the hops, my palate's been built up, and now I get to turn up my drinking experience. And especially if I'm gonna have big rich food, pizza, hamburgers after a big day of snowboarding or mountain biking, I want to have a big flavor experience, I'm drinking IPA. My journey with IPA began in my early beer drinking years and the early part of my beer career. I absolutely fell in love with the movement that was happening with, at the time, it was Amarillo hops and Chinook and Centennial. And then these were these fresh, vibrant beers with a hearty malty base. They were so excited on the palate. They created conversation and nuance. And that was where my journey really began, was in pursuit of making great IPA. And as I chased making better and better IPA, it opened up the world to the styles of Belgium and lagers of Germany. And then as my palate has evolved, so has brewing IPA. And it's been a great journey to have something that's near and dear from the Pacific Northwest that I cut my teeth on, that now has evolved with all the other styles in the world that we are inspired by or currently brew. And all that makes us better brewers, and fruits of our labor is great dynamic IPA that we're really excited to drink. One of the beauties of IPA as a category in craft beer that's so cool is it is the evolution of craft beer, from hop techniques, brewing methods, to working with our hop farmers to produce and grow new hop varietals that change the landscape of beer So when we talk about overbeers and what we can do to have bigger impact with more drinkability, IPA has become the platform for craft beer, for innovation and exciting new flavors, and see what we can offer the beer drinker. Why do we as craft beer drinkers love IPA so much? It's more than half the category when you go into any tap room. And when I look back on my brewing experience and journey, what's so great about IPA is because it's so different. It was so different than the sub-norm or the industrial nature of American beer. And it's really been this rebellion against bland industrial beer that has paved the pathway for IPA, which has given us this flavor experience and this journey to walk on that has now dominated craft beer for so many years. We're very fortunate to be in the era of innovation and excellence in flavor of IPA.